What is up, YouTube? That's it here, and today I'm so happy to be back playing some Reg F battles. We're busting out the team I actually used at Vancouver Regionals that features one of my absolute favorite Pokemon of all time, the big bad boy themselves, Terrakion. And I know I've taken a bit of a break from playing VGC. We've been doing just a ton of like Legends ZA content, but I'm so happy to be back playing one of my favorite formats on the Switch. Let's run down today's team and get you guys all caught up with how this team's EVs work. So we're gonna be busting out the Covert Cloak, super bulky Terrakion, one of my favorite sets. Grass Terror to block damage from Surging Strikes and stuff like that. This Pokemon is gonna be absolutely amazing, and it's gonna use its Justified ability to go up to +4 attack on the first turn when paired with Beat Up Whimsicott. We're gonna be pairing this Beat Up Whimsicott that has both access to Tailwind and Trick Room with our Terrakion to enable its Justified, and we're going to be forcing people to respect a ton of our turn 1 pressure. And in doing so, respecting that turn 1 pressure, forcing those follow me's, that's going to allow us to go with massive AoE comps for the rest of our mons. We can go with things like Chi-Yu here, which is a Choice Scarf Chi-Yu set with Ruination, can be great into all those Dozo Tinglu teams that are so popular in Reg F. We have a little bit of Imprisoned TR Indity. I really still think that Imprisoned TR Indity is good. It lets you like force a very specific like answer to how like people want to deal with things, and realistically you just want something that stops priority, has a little bit of redirection. Like Indity is going to be great for this. We have a Torkoal here, which I think a lot of people don't really understand the Torkoal's use on this team, but I am a big fan of Life Orb Torkoal. It's one of my favorite sets. The fact that it has Protect means it's not susceptible to like fake outs and other things that can lock up like a normal Torkoal set, and it can enable both the Chi-Yu and the Flutter, being able to boost the damage of those moves since we are using a special attack boosting Flutter, and also it cuts damage from water moves, so we're much better into like Surging Strikes, Urshifu's and stuff like that with our Terrakion. So it's a really unique mon on this team, and you can see since we have like a TR option here, like a TR option here, Torkoal actually is like a legitimate win condition if we want to like flip on a TR mode against a team that's even more aggressive than ours. Last but not least is going to be a special attack specs Flutter Mane. This is going to be a booster special attack set, and it's one of my favorite sets for Flutter Mane. I love this thing, and I think I actually end up using the Flutter Mane probably like more often than Terrakion in most of my games I play with this team, but it's perfect. It punishes everything that would normally pin Terrakion. It's just so good. Like, I love this team, and I want to say, if you guys want to see Reg F content on this channel, please leave a comment letting me know. I know we're currently still using Ranked Ladder Reg J for what VGC is, and tournaments are using Reg H, and Reg F just got announced as the format that's going to be taking over, I believe, on December 1st for what regionals are. So let me know in the comments, like, what format of games do you want to see? And do you actually even want to see, like, you know, VGC at all? I know a lot of people that are probably watching this right now are fans of Legends ZA, which we've been making just an absolute ton of like daily Legends ZA content. I will say I'm not stopping any Legends ZA content, but you know, this channel has over 4,000 videos, with most of them being VGC videos. So I really like this format, and I think that you guys might also like this format. So we're going to upload some VGC stuff while still uploading a good amount of like Legends ZA stuff. We have Legends ZA like Rank Ladder Season 2 starting up relatively soon as well. But man, I just am so excited to play Reg F. This is one of my favorite formats. I got qualified for Worlds through this format in 2024. I went and got points from a ton of regionals. Like, I just have so many cool teams in this format. I cannot wait to share with you guys. And without further ado, let's just get right into these games. Wish me luck. Here we go. Alright, that looks a lot more like a Reg H team, but I'm still going to play it because, like, my team freaking cooks. I think this is a really good matchup for my team. I think we can probably just get away with leading like Indity and Flutter Mane. What I love about this team is it forces people to like over-respect the Whimsicott Terrakion. So they're going to be doing everything in their power to not lose to that. And they're just going to get folded by like Follow Me, Dazzle. When they finally KO either my Indity or my Flutter Mane, I just come in hot with the Chi-Yu and then maybe close it out with a Torkoal, or sorry, close it out with a Terrakion. I could also just bring Torkoal in the very back too if I wanted to let them TR, but I think Terrakion is just so good, especially in the back. It's also a decent swap in on any dark moves. Like, oh man, I cannot wait to play Reg F. Like, this is probably like the best format for Scarlet and Violet, in my opinion. Out of all the formats we've ever had, I've really enjoyed Reg F. I really think I like my team as well. So they're leading off with Dozo and Kommo, which means I don't actually have to put up an Imprison on Trick Room. I can just go Follow Me, put the Yawn into the Indity, double tap these two with D-Gleam, and be in a really good spot. Maybe even next turn pivot out the Indity if it's not KO'd for Chi-Yu to get that damage shred to make us do even more damage. So if we do like, if we do like 45% to a Steel Terra Kommo with this D-Gleam, next turn if we pivot in Chi-Yu, we'll be able to get the KO here. So follow me here to soak that Yawn. Double dip, Dazzling Gleam, absolutely massive damage here. Massive damage. And we are Terrastizing first, which means there's no sneaky Choice Scarf Kommo or anything weird. Oh man, I've missed Specs Flutter Mane so much. I've missed it so much. It's so good. Oh, let's go. Yeah, that's probably going to be Steel Terra or Poison Terra on Kommo. Like I said, we might do a decent amount. Kind of hard to say for sure. There's that Steel Terra like we were talking about. I'm thinking it's going to do about 45%, maybe about 40 if my calcs are right, depending how bulky they are. And let's see, big follow me's up, no protects on the board. So far, survey says D-Gleam Machine is going to do a lot of damage to that Dozo. Dumpy. Like right there, about 38% on the Kommo. And he goes for a Coaching, which you cannot redirect, but I'm also not afraid of a Dozo. We just double tapped it, right? We just popped that thing. And Heavy Slam, don't care. L plus ratio, don't care. Let's go. Oh my gosh, he has the lefties, but what we're going to do here is we're going to guarantee get that KO by pivoting in our Chi-Yu for our Indity slot. And what that's going to do is it's going to add the Beads of Ruin damage shred to make sure we just can do a little bit more into these guys. So good. The best thing they could do is protect Dozo and like use a Steel attack into our Flutter. If that does get the KO, Chi-Yu's already on the board ready to pin both of those mons. And we have Terrakion coming in hot in the back. So Chi-Yu's going to be popping it on in over here. Let's go Chi-Yu, baby! And now we can use the shiny Chi-Yu and all the shiny ruins as well. That's so sick. So it'd be cool to get a crit KO on this Kommo. Almost gets the KO on Kommo. Does KO the Dozo. Stops the Coaching from getting out of control. And like I said, worst case scenario, this is a trade. Boom Burst. Not bad, not bad. You see that every once in a while. Is that going to be Throat Spray? Yeah, that's cool. I think it's cool tech. If you think about the rest of the mons in their team, like Sinistcha and stuff like that, that is a very solid option. What's cool for me is, though, they've already blown Terra, so even if they bring in Sinistcha here, it's going to be really hard for them to stop what we're doing. So let's see if this is Farigiraf or Sinistcha. Cool. So what's really cool about this is I love this Chi-Yu set. We have Ruination, which basically can cut their HP in half. It's so good. I think I'm just going to rip the Heat Wave. It's a 90 accuracy. I know Chi-Yus are kind of well known for missing these, but if we hit just one Heat Wave into that Sinistcha, I win the game. I could also probably just Dark Pulse it if I wanted to be a little bit safer. I think that's probably actually the safest play. Let's be real. Let's just be real. Dark Pulse is going to be the right play here, and Dazzling Gleam will finish off both these things. So battle's canceled. It's going to be Scoops up, and while they did definitely have like a Reg H-esque team, my team is perfect. My team is flawless, like is peak. This is what VGC should be like on the Switch. I just want to say, it feels so refreshing to take like a break from VGC and come back and play some good VGC again. Let's see what we want to do here. So I will say this person doesn't have any redirection, so I actually can lead Whimsicott Terrakion like right in their face and win the game. I think the only thing I'm really worried about there is Arch. Maybe Ape. I think that's fine. I can definitely go Whimsicott Terrakion here. Whimsicott Terrakion seem fine. Flutter's going to be good. I don't really need any redirection here since I should maintain speed control. So I'm just going to go Chi-Yu here. We could also talk about potentially going Torkoal, but I don't think I need it. I just don't think I need it. Torkoal's one of those mons that I like to tech on this team for like best of 3 matchups. This was my Vancouver Regionals team, and I used like versions of this team like a lot of different events over the year. I went 6-3 in Vancouver, I believe, and there was 2 people I think that used my same 6 that were like members of our community that actually made day 2. So that was actually pretty cool. So let's see, Whimsicott Terrakion. I think the only change is I think they used Iron Crown over the Torkoal, but I really like the Torkoal for like a game 2 mix-up. So we see Weavile Annihilate, and we don't know anything about that Annihilate set. So I'm thinking like worst case scenario, they'd go like fake out my Whimsicott and like do something bad to my Whimsicott if I protect Terrakion. I think that's still probably fine. I will allow you to do those things. I don't want to waste my Terra. So I'm just going to put a Tailwind up here, and I'm just going to protect. I think you should be over-respecting Terrakion in this situation, and let's see if you do that. You can definitely triple axle this Whimsicott. I will go right into a Chi-Yu and be very pleased with the result. So let's see. Survey says Tailwind's popping. Triple axle, absolutely acceptable, right? I don't want to get final gambited by a Scarf Ape, which now we know is not Scarf Ape. And if he bulk ups, I just go into a Flutter Mane. Like bro, what do you think's gonna happen here? It's about to be Flutter Mane. One mean Flutter Mane. Bulk up's the right play. They perfectly punished what we did. Like, absolutely. There's not a more perfect punish than what just happened. I'm still winning. You know, that's like how good this team is. Because now, what's the ape going to do? It has to Terra, right? And the common Terra for ape on a core like this would, I would say, be fire. I don't think it's steel. It could be steel. Definitely could be. I'm going to go with a double dip dazzle here and just a rock slide. And you can Terra. Remember, I have that massive speed control. Now my Terrakion's faster than your Weavile. My Terrakion would have been faster than what could have been a Scarf Ape. And I really thought that was Scarf Ape based on the fact they locked it in first slot. It just had massive Scarf vibes. Looked like it was like a weird beat up thing. But let's see what they want to do here. Here's going to be their Terra. I'm assuming that it is steel. That's why they're actually clicking it. But let's see if it's fire. Fire. It's always fire. It's fire because you don't want, on those bulk up sets, it's fire versus the scarf sets would have like grass or steel. It's fire because they don't want to get wisped. So Dazzling's going to be able to pop the Weavile's sash, probably. It'd be cool if it just gets the Oko. And it's up to Terrakion to get good damage with this rock slide. Survey says, let me hit. Come on, Terrakion. That's always how this team goes. Casino Royale, rock slide does hit, and we have a % chance to flinch the ape. Now, I'm not really worried about a Rage Fist. I'm not worried about like a Drain Punch. I think we're fine because we're going to bring out that Chiyu. And there's the flinch, right? Chef's Kiss. Terrakion hit both of its first moves for Reg F and got a flinch. So it doesn't get much better than that. Now, I will say there is a good chance that Pelipper is going to click a wide guard. So we're going to keep it honest here. I'm just going to Dazzle because I can. We already saw that that was a Sash Weavile, and I'm just going to Sacred Sword into this Annihilate. Now remember, this goes right through the fact that the Annihilate has a bulk up defense. It cuts and goes through any stat changes, so this should be able to get the KO on the ape here. There's the wide guard, easy peasy lemon squeezy. We're keeping them honest over here, and Terrakion, like I said, should be able to get this KO on the ape. So big Dazzle with a Rooney Dooney. I wonder what items on that Pelipper. Maybe Rocky Helmet, maybe Cloak. Man, I feel so good at this format. You know what I mean? It's kind of crazy, right? Sacred Sword, please get the KO. Nice. I remember since they did Terrastalize, they lost that ghost typing, so I can hit them easy peasy with a fighting move. So now you have one more Mon left, and I'm thinking it's probably going to be Arch. There it is. It's almost like I play the game. It's almost like I'm a professional Pokemon player. That's +1. I got my World's Invite in 2024 off of this format, off of like this team. So I think what we do here is we just pivot in the Chiyu, right? And I think we just Sacred Sword the Arch. Like, it's absolutely fine. Worst case scenario, we lose one of our Mons here. We just then repin and just break everything in half. We don't need to use any more AoE. I think we can just go for like Moonblasts, Dark Pulses, things like that. They already blew their Terra. We're gonna get some good damage in here. They have to wide guard, right? They have to. They would just lose the game if they don't. So it's good the thing that they're not like going for a Hurricane or like a Weather Ball or something like that. Big damage here. Great damage in that Arch. Don't care if you want to use like Flash Cannon or, you know, Electro Shot. I don't even think that breaks our Terrakion. We have a really bulky Terrakion set. Even with the Chiyu damage trip, we probably live. Let's see it. I mean, worst case scenario, you know, figure it out. Go on, Terrakion. Just show them how bulky you are. That's a crit. That's a crit. That's never lucky. I would have been fine. Bro, I would have been good. I would have been good. I'd never lucky, bro. It's okay. It's okay. Tail and Peter's out. That's completely fine. I wonder if this is like Scarf Pelipper. It's hard to say. Doesn't particularly matter much. I think the right play here is just a Dark Pulse the Archaludon and just go for a standard Moonblast into this Pelipper. This is Specs. This is Fairy Terra. This is you know, Beads of Ruin. That is Protect Arch. It's not AV. So we're actually making the right play here by throwing the stronger attack into the Pelipper. I think it's the right play here because it should be able to get the KO with all of these damage multipliers. Big damage. Big damage. And you don't want to go for like a Power Gem in that situation because like it could have been like, who knows, like Chardy Berry Pelipper to block rock attacks. You don't want to deal with that, right? You just want to take the easy peasy lemon squeezy KO and now we just double up into this Arch. I think they were trying to set a Tailwind there and we take these all the way to the bank. Again, we're mostly still playing against like Reg H teams, but oh man, this team is just so much fun. This team is so good and I cannot wait to start playing like tournaments again for Reg F. I might even go to a regional, who knows? If you guys want to see me at a regional, let me know in the comments, but I am really having a good time. All right, a little bit of Indity Armarouge, and we see potential for like Final Gambit from Annihilate. So this is going to be potentially them like forcing the follow me. Like the Terrakion Whimsicott, the ability to go side beat up into activating our Justified, getting the +4 boost. That's gonna be forcing follow me. It's gonna be forcing aggression, right? So what we want to do to stop that is just go Indity here. I think Indity Flutter is a great lead into this, and then I'm gonna go with my. I think Chiyu's okay here, but I think I'm gonna go Terrakion instead, and I'm actually gonna bring Torkoal in the very back. And the reason why we're gonna bring Torkoal in the very back is because if they do manage to go, you know, Annihilate, like get the Trick Room up with like a, you know, Armarouge or like Indity, and I can't imprison it, well then I do want to actually have an out into stopping them with the Torkoal. Torkoal also enables the Flutter through the use of like activating its photosynthesis. This is actually a boost to special attack on our Flutter, so we're going to be in a really, really cool spot here. So let's just get into this game and continue to dump truck people in Reg F. Like, I'm just having such a good time, man. All my favorite Pokemon are in this format. It's time for Terrakion to get some big W's. Oh man, let's go. So let's see what they lead with here. Going to be Electrode and Annihilate. So I'm not afraid of Trick Room, right? The only thing that could realistically happen here is like a little bit of speed control. I don't particularly care about that. I don't even really need to worry about like anything here. I could probably even swap in my Chiyu. I think what I'm actually going to do is just go Dazzling Gleam, because one of those guys is going to be sashed. And I'd like to get the KO. So let's just go right into it. So double Dazzle, easy peasy. Worst case scenario, we lose him on. Come in with Terrakion, pop a Swords Dance, follow me, be in a good spot. Might even want to go into like a weird Trick Room mode with Indity if I felt like it. I wonder if we're going to see an Incin swap here. Electrode's absolutely fine. Like, I don't need to redirect here. I don't think that like Rage Fist just pops. We'll see. They're probably bulk upping anyways. Well, okay, cool. Works for me. It's probably there for like T-Tar. So D-Gleam, big damage. Are you sashed? Look at that. Look at that range. Look at that range. D-Gleam. Oh, I'm so good at this game sometimes. Sometimes I even surprise myself. Easy peasy, lemon squeeze these. And you can come with a Y-Guard user. That's absolutely fine. You can come with Armarouge. We'll pop the Imprison, pivot up to Chiyu to block like an Expanding Force. Like, oh, it's so good. Like, maybe I've just been playing like Legends ZA for a while, but like being able to like outplay people, oh, it just feels so good. It just feels amazing. Now remember, there is a speed drop on us right now, so I'm just going to go Redirection on the Indity. I don't need to blow my Terra here, but I will do it because I want that damage, so follow me here. Double Dipples. And there we go. Big Razzle Dazzle. Dude, that feels just so good. And I know that like we're gonna fight harder people once like more people start playing the format again, more like Raging Bolts, you know, Torn Urge, stuff like that. But I think this team has a good matchup into like a lot of what the meta is. It's a very like honest team. It basically forces people to go Redirection. If they don't have Redirection, we blow them over with Terrakion. If you do have Redirection, I basically punish you for forcing Redirection with things like Fluttermane, Chiyu. I'm also getting ready to post like a big batch of like rentals and teams up all on my Patreon, where like all the different teams I used during the course of Reg H. So if you guys are curious though as to what we're using, like, you know, that'll be up relatively soon. Dazzling's gonna get some big damage here, big damage. Oof. Ugh. I just Okos, bro. Ugh, that's so much damage. That's so much damage. Come on, my boy Terrakion, and that's gonna be game right here. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Even if you want to go Ghost Terra with the Sacred Sword, like we still have it. Razzle Dazzle. Cool, Sacred Sword. And GG's. So I'm gonna keep playing some games. Like this is a lot of fun. Oh, Rocky Helmet and Sin, not bad, not bad. So we take those wins all the way to the bank. I want you guys to let me know though in the comments. Are you guys more excited about seeing Reg J content on this channel? Reg H content, and we still have that for like another month, or you know, Reg F content. I know we're making a ton of like Legends ZA stuff, and I appreciate you guys that are the VGC fans that have watched a bunch of the Legends ZA stuff, but I want to start doing like a little bit of both. Like, it's fun playing Reg F. Like, I like the format. I also like a little bit about Reg H and a little bit about Reg J too. If there's other forms of content you want to see on this channel, please think about let me know in the comments, and let's get into some more games. Here we go. All right, here we go. That's a Reg F team. Here we go. We see the Ogerpon, right? So the Ogerpon should be coming to this matchup. It's being forced with the follow me, basically to over-respect the Terrakion. I think that they probably want to go like Redirection, probably TR with that team. So I'm probably just going to open up with my Indity Flutter again. I think Indity Flutter is pretty good. Even if they open up Slowking, that's fine. We're going to then be able to bring out Chi-Yu to get some big pins in the late game. And then I could opt to go Torkoal here. I think it's still pretty viable to go Torkoal. Even like Entity Torkoal is good. They don't know if we're going Follow Me Eruption. They don't know if we're going Protect Torkoal TR into like big like Helping Hand Eruptions. They don't know what we're really doing yet. I'm just going to bring Terrakion on the very back. Sacred Sword is going to be good at picking up, you know, guaranteed KOs on like Ogerpon. It's going to be good into backs. It's good into Hydrapple, stuff like that. So I think Terrakion's still a good last mon to bring in the back. And I'm not really afraid of any dark moves. But man, it's so nice having like the Justified as an option to like pivot in and soak that damage. So let's see what they're going to be going with here. Pretty cool team, I would say. You don't see Slowking that often. You don't see the Almamola that often. What is that? Primarina is problematic, but they can't really just Oko Flutter with like AoE moves. We're going to be able to outvalue them with Dazzles, especially if we want to rip our Terras early. I think the only thing I'm really worried about is like Sludge Wave on Slowking. So if they pair Slowking with something like Hydrapple, which commonly does go Steel Terra, that might be a little bit dicey. I think if they go if they go Ogerpon Slowking, that's probably one of the better leads for me. Since I just put up the Imprison, I get to do some massive damage. I didn't get to open a blade for Chi-Yu. So that's the exact lead that we're going to see. It's almost like I play the game. Seriously, like, you guys, if you guys think that I know stuff about, like, Legends ZA, which I would say that I do, I know, like, infinitely more things about, like, VGC and, like, singles and all the other competitive formats. Been doing this for, like, 15, 20 years. Anyways, what we want to do here is we're actually just going to potentially lose the Flutter, and that's completely fine. We're going to put the Imprison up here, and I don't think that we're going to get O-Code even by an Ogerpon, like, Ivy Cudgel crit, because we're rocking, like, a full, like, almost full HP defense entity set. So we can just go for the Imprison right there, and I'm going to double dip here. Now, we're probably going to lose a Mon here, but we're going to put them in a situation where they can't really do that much about it. There are also situations, I think, in which that Ogerpon can outspeed our Flutter, but I highly doubt. Because we're not rocking full speed Flutter, we're rocking a little bit of bulk on our HP side. So let's see it. Spiky Shield, cool, absolutely fine. They're going Spiky Shield, Trick Room, it's not going to work. And then next turn, what we're going to be able to do is just go for Follow Me's, get like 2 Dazzles up. Remember, they can't set Trick Room if it's imprisoned, right? So this is going to be absolutely amazing. And if they want to go for like a poison move, that's fine. I don't particularly care. There's the Imprison, so no TR, not yet. You got to get this entity off the board. No TR, not today, Jose. And that's at lefties? Good set. So it's going to take a little bit to break that thing. I wonder if I can actually just one-shot the Ogerpon by pivoting in my Chi-Yu. I don't need to do that. I'll just Follow Me. Because then, like, I would say Chi-Yu damage shredding with this, Dazzle into the Slowking, and then going for like a Heat Wave plus a second Dazzle would probably get the KO even through leftovers, but like I think this is the safest way to do it. There's no wide guards on that team, so like we just do a ton of damage here. Ivy Cudgel, like I said, should not KO our entity. There's the D-Gleam. We do outspeed this Ogerpon because it's obviously made for TR. Look at that. She would have definitely gotten the KO on the Ogerpon. That's sick. Stomping Tantrum. They're reading the Chi-Yu pivot. Yo, this guy's actually good. This guy's like actually good. That's nuts, dude. I'm so glad I didn't pivot on that Chi-Yu. I just kept him honest. And we talk about that all the time, like keeping him honest. Like, just play the game, like, take the damage you can get on the board, right? It's so good. So there's so much damage here. Is this gonna be backs? Do I care about backs, like, realistically? He still has Terra. It's gonna be Prim. That's fine. I think that's absolutely okay here. We don't even need to go for Follow Me at this point. I'll just Dazzle. It's okay. Yeah, just double Dazzle is fine. I don't want to pivot in the Chi-Yu here either. I think saving it till the very end is going to be the right play. And they are quite pinned. There's the Dazzle. So we take out the Ogerpon. And now we have single target Dazzle. We crit the Ogerpon. Wow, we didn't need it. But we have a single target Dazzle into that Primarina. If they're orbed, we get the KO. And if we crit, we get the KO. See, it's right there in that range. Show me orb. Show me orb. Ooh, Sparkling Aria would have been good. Restore health on the Ogerpon. Doesn't get the KO. Are you orbed, though? Are you orbed? That would have been nice, right? Probably like Throat Spray, right? There it is, yeah, Throat Spray. Cool. And you see Orb every once in a while, though, too, because Orb does, like, more damage, like, right off the rip. So I like Orb in a lot of those situations. But we still have the right pins. Like, we still have everything that we need to succeed right here. You still cannot set Trick Room. And there isn't, like, a way that you can, like, break the entity and set TR on the same turn. It will not let you lock in the move TR as long as entity's on the board. So you actually need to get it off the board and then try and TR. So like we have so many different options here. And we have like the terrain, so there's no way like you can just come in and like ice shard out our Flutter or anything weird. They're definitely thinking about what they want to do here, but there's not that much that they really can do, especially because we have Chi-Yu and Terrakion in the back. I'm also kind of happy that like I didn't pivot out for my Chi-Yu. There we go. So now I can pivot out for the Chi-Yu, definitely, if I wanted to. There's nothing that the Prim can do in this situation. Because we already saw those throat threats, it's not like they can have like a quick claw. So I'll pivot in the Chi-Yu here. Definitely, and go for just a massive dazzle. Yeah, battle's canceled. Easy peasy, lemon squeeze. We take those wins all the way to the bank, man. This team is so good. Like, you really have to spend so many resources respecting the Terrakion Whimsicott, right? You have to spend so many resources. And in doing so, you just open yourself up hard to, like, Entity Flutter. And in reality, like, this Entity Flutter is like the easy way to play the team. It just does so much damage. You have the potential to swap in the Torkoal or the Chi-Yu to gain a Photosynthesis boost, to gain a Beads of Ruin damage shred. Like, everything about this team is just so perfect for like hyper aggressive play. And I'm gonna go into one more game and hopefully we get a Reg F opponent. All right, I have no clue what this person's doing, but I'm gonna send them to the Shadow Realm with my fullest power. We're gonna go Whimsicott Terrakion. We're gonna rock and roll it over here. And then I think for closing, what do I want to do to close this game out? There's no real threat of Trick Room on that board. So Chi-Yu is going to look good. There's a lot of single target. So like maybe Entity? Entity's a really good mon to bring out after like Whims goes down. If like Terrakion's still active with its boost, you can just follow me away all that damage. You know, I'll bring the Flutter out. I think Flutter's probably fine. So let's pop this one off and get right into the game here. Have to have at least one game, right? With like Whimsicott Terrakion just going to town, man. And I really like that our Terrakion on this team actually has like a little bit of a different moveset than the one I usually feature. We're going to be using Protect, Swords Dance, Rockslide, Sacred Sword. Sometimes I like to tech in the upper hand over something like the Swords Dance, but I do really like the Swords Dance for being able to like deal with people that are like Intimidate cycling with like Insin and stuff like that. So I can actually just pop that Swords Dance, let them kind of waste their time pivoting, and then just still pin things with like Rockslide and Sacred Sword. So starting things off with Torkoal and Blastoise. Don't mind if I do out here. This is going to be the best looking like Rockslide the world's ever seen. Now, what we have to be respectful of in a situation like this is like Fake Out on Blastoise, right? And we have a Covert Cloak on our Terrakion, which is going to let us avoid the effect of the flinch. So what we need to do here is go for a Ghost Terra on our Whimsicott. What we're going to do is side beat up target our Terrakion, and then we're just going to rip a Rock Slide and get a double KO. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Even if you want to do something like a water attack, your Torkoal does mitigate that damage just to some extent. So I think that, what are you going to do? Maybe like Shell Smash, Fake Out. Those are like the problematic options. And let's see if they do click that Fake Out. We're giving them a lot of respect by going with this defensive Terra here. I would have loved to have saved that for something more offensive like Chi or Flutter. But Fake Out on a Terrakion, hey, you know what? You're not wrong in doing that. But remember, like I said, we got that big Covert Cloak. So what we're going to do is side beat up. We're going to be hitting our own teammate. And every single time Terrakion takes damage from a Dark type attack, it's going to get a 1.5 boost to its attack stat. So we're going to +4 here. And this guy's probably thinking like, ha, but I Fake Outed it, so that's fine. Well, that's why Covert Cloak Terrakion is just the GOAT. So if we do hit this on Torkoal, Torkoal's going to go down. 4 times hit and 4 times quit. Rock Slide, double hit, big damage. Torkoal almost gets KO'd. Wow, very, very bulky Torkoal. He Iron Defenses. That's actually like a really bulky Torkoal to even be able to live that, by the way. I just want to say how strong that thing is. It's going to be Lefty's Blastoise, I think. And we're in a good spot here. Now, they should be realistically respectful of Encore here. I could Encore the Blastoise into a Fake Out or the Torkoal into an Iron Defense. I think what we're going to do is just over-respect the Torkoal here and just Moonblast that slot, because it would suck to, like, you know, miss a, you know, Rock Slide into that and then just eat a Body Press. So we're going to guarantee lock up that Torkoal slot, and then we're going to guarantee lock up the Blastoise slot. So we're not going to even talk about missing Rock Slide here. Moonblast should take out Torkoal. Easy peasy. Moonblast is a good move. And we don't need to miss Rock Slide on this Blastoise. I can just go for a +4 Sacred Sword to shred that thing up. Easy peasy lemon squeezy right here. And then I don't know if they have Vivillon in the back. I think Vivillon is a good mon in some of this team's matchups, depending on if it's sashed. So I might need to Rock Slide there. But even if they did lead Vivillon and go with like Rage Powder, the fact that Whimsicott was originally a grass type would have meant I could have redirected it. So, or not redirected it. It couldn't redirect me from going for my beat up, right? So there's Venusaur here. So they're going to have the Chlorophyll boost. So in this situation, they still have Terra, which is good for them. So I would not be surprised to see them Terastallize that Snorlax into something like Poison or Ghost. So what we're going to do here is we're going to Tailwind to make sure we outspeed that Venusaur who got a Chlorophyll boost from the sun. And we're just going to rip a Rock Slide here. So it's going to make our Terrakion faster. Here's that big Tailwind up. Let's see if we can KO this Venusaur. Survey says Rock Slide, big damage. Any flinchers? Ooh, that's Sash Venusaur. Good tech. That's going to be a Berry Snorlax. Now, I think we might have gotten them low enough, unless that's a Pinch Berry. Ooh, Citrus Berry. All right. They might be able to Bellow Drum here. There is a flinch on the Venusaur and a double flinch on the Snorlax. This Terrakion is 100% flinch rate so far. That is absolutely ridiculous. And we take those wins all the way to the bank. I've flinched or KO'd every mon, other than Torkoal. I guess we're not 100% flinch rate, but like, heck, we flinched so many mods. Dude, this team is so perfect. I'm going to get this team's rental made on Patreon. If you guys want to see more Reg F content, please think about letting me know in the comments below. Let me know if you want to see Reg F, Reg H, Reg J. I'm feeling really revitalized to play some VGC content. And I plan on uploading a lot of VGC content in addition to the Legends EA content. Maybe like every other day we'll, back and forth between like Legends EA and some VGC stuff. But I just want to say thank you guys for, bearing with me while we took a couple weeks to play Legends EA. We're still going to make a lot more content for it, but feels good to be back. And if you guys are fans of VGC, let me know in the comments. Let me know what format you want to see. And other than that, thank you guys so much for watching. Peace out, and I'll see you guys next time.